It's different in case of children, it's different in case of adults. Children need high amount of protein, very high amount of protein, especially growing children. Children at your age, when you grow up and you're 35, 40 years old, the protein intake comes down because you've already, your organs have already grown. There is less of cell repair. You don't have to put up height anymore. So your protein intake could be less. If you have a little extra protein, then that gets converted to glycogen, right? But if you have too much of protein, then it is not stored. It is excreted out of the body through the kidneys. All right. So our reasons why we need to have protein, people put a lot of stress on protein. Have whole eggs, have complan, have lot of milk, have chicken, have soybean, have protein, protein, protein. Especially when you're child, lot of importance is given to protein out of all the food. Why? Because they form the main structure of our body. Whatever we have in our body, the cells, tissues, bones, muscles, everything is based on the protein. Why? Because every day, all of you know our body is made out of trillions and trillions of cells and tissues. And every hour, every minute, hundreds of cells are dying and hundreds of cells are forming. So there's a lot of cell death and cell growth, and new cells are growing. So how will the growth happen if the body does not have protein? For example, all of you are in class 6, maybe you're 12 years, 13 years old. You are at a certain height, but you have to grow taller. So, your cells of your entire body has to grow. Otherwise, how will you be tall? That's the reason why they say you need to have protein to grow tall. Just imagine if there was a child who was in a very, very, very remote village who did not have much protein, who was 13 years old and did not have protein at all. He will grow when he is 18 years old. He will grow, but he will not grow till the full height that he was expected to grow. He would be he was expected to be 5 feet 5 inches, but he will be 5 feet 2 inches only because he missed protein in his diet. Right? So as children, you need to have a lot of protein, especially when there's a lot of, cells that are wearing out, there is repairing happening. As children, you're playing, you're cutting your hands, getting injured. You have to, repair the wounds fast. So who does this? The protein does it. It, repairs the damaged tissues. Correct? That's the reason why protein is needed.